Right. Good morning. I'm State Representative Jeff Keicher. I represent the 70th District, which is parts of DeKalb, Kane, and McHenry counties. I'm joined today by my colleagues to present a package of bills concerning and to address the often overlooked topic of human trafficking in this state. It's a form of modern-day slavery that sadly occurs in almost every community. We saw a headline yesterday of 5 men arrested on sexual abuse charges in Danville, so it's certainly topical. And our state is only one state in the nation, but this impacts everybody worldwide. And I think the more that we can do here in the state of Illinois to rectify and to make it easier for victims of human trafficking, the better our state will be for all of its residents. Specifically, we want to discuss several pieces of legislation to address our state's failure to effectively curb and protect children from sexual exploitation and abuse. According to the Illinois report card on child and youth sex trafficking is compiled by Share Hope International, which is an organization that tracks and promotes legislative action to address child sex trafficking. Illinois receives an F for our current laws to address this horrific problem. Of the 6 metrics that they use to grade a state's efforts to protect victims of exploitation and support their recovery, Illinois only receives 1 passing grade of B for prosecuting abusers. That means we have a lot of work to do, and particularly when it comes to helping victims get their lives back together after traumatic events occur. Of course, the best option is to prevent the victimization in the first place. I want to be clear that I am not myself an expert on this topic, but through a family situation, my motivation to enact this is driven by an abuse situation that one of my cousins suffered and struggled with for her entire life. So it's been a personal mission of mine since I've been down here to make life easier for those that have been victims of abuse, survivors of abuse, and help those that are currently being abused or trafficked get out of that situation. Because we lack, as a state, so many of the necessary tools to help victims recover, she became a statistic. Someone whose abuse and lack of support for resources put her down a path of drug use that caused her death at a far, far too young of an age. And sadly, as I think we all know, my family isn't the only one with a story like this. So our work here today is to try to do better for the people of the state of Illinois. As a part of the package we're proposing today, I'm proud to carry House Bill 5465, which is a continuation of the bill that we passed unanimously through both houses last spring. And what that legislation does is this legislation specifically creates an easier process for child victims of human trafficking to have their juvenile records expunged or sealed of criminal acts that they were forced to commit while they were a victim of trafficking, so they can get their life back together. They can apply for jobs, they can go to school, they can get a place to live, they can survive a background check, and hopefully get back into a normalized state following their horrific situation. One of the first steps in helping someone heal after an immense trauma like sexual abuse is ensuring that their past doesn't follow them around and keep them from being someone new once they're survived. I believe this legislation is an important component in helping victims heal, and I appreciate the attention that we are able to give to this today with my peers.